morning, grade 4s. Today we're just going to review some perimeter and some old fraction work that we haven't done in a while. So here we go. First we're going to talk about perimeter. We're asked to find the perimeter of a shape with side equal to 18 inches. Now if it just gives one measurement like this, it's talking about a square. Where on the square every single side is equal to 18 inches. And to help us out with that, we have a very special formula. So the perimeter of a square is equal to 4 times whatever the side length is equal to. So this is the same as 4 times 18, because 18 is what side is equal to. Now that, we could try to do that in our heads, but if it's a big number like that, we might want to do it off to the side. 4 times 8 gives me 32. 4 times 1 gives me 4, 5, 6, 7. That answer gives me 72, so my answer for the perimeter is 72. And don't forget to put the units next to it as well. There we go. Now, if we're given two measurements, like length and width, it's talking about a rectangle where the length is 4 and the width is 3. We also have a special formula for this one. It looks like this. Perimeter is equal to 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. So we put our number in for L and W. L is equal to 4, 2 times 4, and width is equal to 3. So then 2 times 4 gives me 8, 2 times 3 gives me 6, 8 plus 6 gives me 14, and don't forget my units in yards. There we go. Now, it's been a while since we've talked about fractions and decimals, so I'm just going to do a quick review of that as well. So here we have a mixed number, 12 and 8/100ths. We're asked to put that as a decimal. So what I do is I write my big number first, then I put my decimal, and because it's in the hundredths, I know that there are 2 places after the decimal that need to be filled. In this case, I start filling from the back, so I have 8, and then I don't have a number in front of the 8, so I'm just going to put a 0. So that's equal to 12 decimal 08. This one, I'm going to put my big number, 6 point, and 10th means that we're in the 1 decimal place area, and there's just one number to fill in there, so we put the 4 in there. We always fill in backwards, just because it's an easier way to look at it. Now, we can also do this for our decimals to fractions. So here we have 16.311. I have 3 places. That means my fraction is 1,000th. So my bottom fraction is going to be 1,000. My top number is 311. And the whole number just becomes the big number in front of the fraction, which represents the amount of wholes we have. So for this one, my big number is 10. I have 1 decimal place, so then we're dealing with tenths, and the top number is 2, so I have 10 and 2 tenths. Now if I want to get really fancy, I can reduce this fraction. 2 tenths is the same as 1/5, but you do not have to do that right now. It's just an extra step that you should be thinking about as you're doing these questions. So there we go. Wish you the best.